good evening, and welcome to Rockin' Free Live. I am Penny Freeman, and
I am Travis Kolosinski,
and
or
we're...
colonoscopy, as she would say.
Oh.
She messed it up for the longest time, I swear to God.
Yeah. So we're here with Book of Numbers, and right now just two of the members. One's running late, so he'll be joining us soon. And on lead vocals, we have Kevin Schumacher, a.k.a. Ozzy. Brent Barker on
guitar.
What's up?
And one hell of a shredder, I'm telling you. Holy hell.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Running late is Dennis Hayes, and Dwayne Miller won't be here tonight, right? The drummer, or is it the other way around? Okay. All right. So that's what we got. So if you're watching and you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments, and
Please.
we'll Travis will be monitoring
Where the
that.
hell is the live feed?
It should be in the event.
I gotta learn how to work this shit.
And then I need Trevor to share it out to the group. And then
Nice.
Lita can
There you go.
share it to you guys' group and your band page and
Sure.
all that. Yeah.
Awesome.
So that way, the more out there. All right. So
Right on.
Anyway, so if you got any questions, drop them in the comments, and we'll grab them when we can, and we'll also take some at the end. Hopefully
Right,
the
there
sound
we
is
are.
good. We've been working
In
on
stereo.
All right, you figured it out.
Yep.
Cracked the code.
But I'm cut off. What's happening over here?
Oh, are you not?
Right?
Does that work?
Right?
Okay, so.
Oh, look at the delay. You hear that?
Yep.
All right.
It's kind of fun watching yourself sometimes, huh?
No.
But
No.
turn the volume down so that, you know,
So it
it's
doesn't
not,
go back
yeah,
and forth.
Yeah. All right,
Bah,
so.
humbug. Party pooper.
All right, so welcome to
Thank you.
Rockin' Free
Live.
Live. That's
Yeah.
right. That's
Glad to
right.
be here. Thank you guys for having us
Yeah.
on. We
Thank
appreciate
you
it.
for
For sure.
letting
This is
us.
our first one in like forever.
Yeah.
Nice.
Actually, I think this is our official first
This
one
is our
as
official-
Rockin' Free Live.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
All
Yes.
right.
Yes.
Good.
Style. So what a way to start.
Yeah.
Love it.
Just in time for our big show that's coming up.
Hey, what show
So
is
we'll
that?
talk about that
Oh.
Later.
Yeah.
Let's talk about book of numbers.
later. Let's talk about book and numbers,
That's right. All right.
and then we'll talk about what show they have coming up.
All right.
Oh, I see.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All right. So, what is it like having David Thoner, if I said that right, produce and mix your album? Who is that guy?
Who is
You
it?
want to take that one?
Oh,
Yeah, I'll take that one. So David produced an instrumental record I did that had Chris Frazier on drums, who was the original drummer for Steve Vai on his biggest records, and currently plays for Foreigner. He's been with them for about 10 years. And a guy named Brad Lang on bass, plays with Y&T. And I met David through a mutual friend, and he really liked my playing. He said that I reminded him of some players he's worked with. He's worked with quite a few, if you look at his resume. And I was thinking about him for this record because Kevin and I are really inspired by classic 70s, 80s metal a la Black Sabbath with Dio, Rainbow with Dio, and David actually worked on the Rainbow Rising album.
Wow.
And when he was working on this record, Book of Numbers, he said, I got to tell you, Brent, this reminds me exactly what it was like when I was mixing the Rainbow Rising album with Martin Birch for this band called Richie Blackmore's Rainbow, as if I would know who it was. Like, this band called Richie Blackmore's Rainbow. I was like, I definitely know who they are, man. I was listening to that
I've
record
heard
when
a
I was
song
a
or two.
kid, and I think it's one
Yeah.
of the best records of all time. So thank you.
Cool.
So it was just amazing. He's been nothing but supportive, you know. And,
Yeah, he's awesome. I mean, what he did to our album, what he did to our tracks, elevated them, in my opinion, to a different level. But to have him compare us to Ronnie James Dio and Richie Blackmore, Ronnie James Dio is my favorite singer, always has been. Now, there's plenty of great singers out there in our genre, but to be in the same sentence as him is just
Inspiring.
yeah, I was just like, wow, thank you. Thank you very much, man. But to have him on board, you know, Brent reached out and brought him on board, and we were just really lucky to have him, and I'm pretty damn honored.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
I mean,
me too. And at this point, he does things because he wants to. His resume is
He doesn't need to.
He does not need to. Yeah, he's done 18 albums with Aerosmith. He's AC/DC, For Those About to Rock, We Salute You.
He got a Grammy with Mutt Lange for that one.
Yep, he got a Grammy for mixing the song "Smooth," which is one of I think it has the record as the most played song of all time. Smooth.
Yeah,
by Santana.
Oh,
with
yeah.
Rob Thomas singing.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes,
That's right.
So he did that. So he said, I only do stuff that I'm excited about. And he said, Brent, I'm excited about this. You guys are one hell of a band. So coming from him, I knew we were on to something. Put it that way.
Yeah,
We're
that's
just
pretty
thrilled
damn
that he's a
exciting.
part of it.
Wow.
So, Kevin, you're in a band called I Don't Know, an Aussie tribute, and I believe you're in that band too, right? Or no? Are you? Yeah. So
What
how
band
did
are you
that-
talking about?
What? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
So, how did that come about? And tell us about that.
I was in a cover band and doing some originals for a group 15 years ago, almost now. October actually is 14 years, so I'm going on 15 years now. And I went into a party as a pirate. We were doing a Halloween party. So I had the eyeliner on and the hat and the long black coat and the sword. And I walked into the door. Some dude hit me at the door and said, "Oh my God, you look just like Ozzy Osbourne." And I thought about it for a second, and I went back to the truck, threw the hat and the sword and the gun off, left the long coat and the eyeliner, and went back as Ozzy Osbourne.
There you go.
And then some dude in the audience was dressed as Zakk Wylde. He comes up to me and goes, "Hey man, if you ever want to put an Ozzy tribute together, you let me know." And I thought about it, and a couple months went by, and I'm like, you know what?
Why
I'm not
not?
getting any younger, so why not? And it really had, I just had such a good time.
Oh my
and,
God.
and it just went over well, and here we are going on 15 years later, and then this guy comes in and just set the bar in the guitar department. And I love playing Oz, and I think he's just such a unique individual. When Ozzy, I hear his voice, and when you guys out there, hear Ozzy's voice, here's only one Ozzy, okay? There's one Ozzy Osbourne. Nobody's like that, man. He created a whole genre, but he also created a niche for himself, because even his solo hits, there's nobody else like him.
No.
I don't know if there ever will be.
No.
But to walk in his shoes has been a lot of fun. To have him as the guitar player is almost, in my opinion, like having Tony Iommi and Randy Rhoads like spawn. Like there must have been something, radiation melting coming up when he was in the womb, because he's the epitome of that. And he plays it just so well, so we make a great team together, and it's been a lot of fun, and even it's just perfected with him as my music director, so it's great.
And it's my favorite music. I grew up, literally my first show when I was 14, I was playing Crazy Train, I Don't Know, Mr. Crowley, War Pigs, Iron Man. And this last Saturday, what songs did we play?
All of
All
them.
right. It's my favorite music in the world. It is. That plus, like what Kevin mentioned, some of the early Dio work is also up there too. So Kevin and I are from the same cloth. We have the same influences. We love the same stuff. It's just like a match made in, well, I guess it would be
Hell.
Or
I don't know.
heaven, but-
Somebody's heaven could be somebody's hell, just like trash.
But I love it. I love it. I love our original band. I love the Ozzy band. I love all of it.
Yeah, the Ozzy band brought us together, but then we realized we had something a lot more special. And most of the reviews that we've had throughout the world now, our reviews mention that we were a tribute band, but then something came about from that, and it's just morphed into something bigger and better than just a tribute band.
So just curious, so when you're out and about, out of character, not on stage, do people come up to you and be like, "Oh my God, you look so much like Ozzy"?
Yes.
Do
Yeah,
they-
you should see me at the grocery store. And a lot of times I'll
Do you shuffle around in the
I
grocery
will
store?
shuffle
I was
around.
watching you on stage the other night. It was
I
like
will
his
shuffle.
little walk. I was just,
Well, we were just at the
I love
grocery
it.
store this weekend, right? By our house, we were at the grocery store, and I had my hair down, which I normally try not to do because I can put it up in a hat, and I don't get bothered by anybody. But once the hair's down, and I was wearing Adidas sweats and a cut-off T-shirt, so that's over at that point. And I'm going down the nut aisle, and there's all these crazy rock and roll people that are in the nut aisle, and
well, what else would they
ironically,
be?
coincidentally, and it was just a great joke. Like, we're not just hanging out with the nuts, and I'm just like, oh, well, I'll be riding home. But I've already got enough, so I'll have a good day. But yeah, I walk around the corner like, oh, was that Ozzy? And I hear it. I'm like, oh my God, they did it again.
And then do you do the Ozzy voice?
Do you laugh at them as you walk? Well, you do the voice as you walk away. Yeah.
Um,
Yes, it was.
You know, I don't know. So sometimes I try to talk Ozzy. Yeah, it works sometimes. You know, it depends on I drool and pick myself and stuff. You know, it's all fucked up. Yeah, I can turn it on and off.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like,
Never a dull moment.
Never.
I think it would be fun. It would be.
It's a
how
lot
could
of
you
fun.
not resist doing that? You know.
One of these days we'll get an entourage and we'll dress up as the Prince of Darkness.
Okay, but now that your wife does Lita, so how does that work out? You guys both walk into the store, and
They think Ozzy's cheating with some hot chick.
or maybe you guys could
Well, she
go
comes.
in.
She dresses as Sharon too.
Yeah.
No, that's definitely dressing her down. But she does. She looks a lot like Amy in reality. I mean, I don't know if you know.
Oh, yeah,
Amy's
Amy.
the older
Yeah.
daughter
Mhm.
of Sharon and Oz, and she's the one that chose not to be on the Osbourne show.
Mhm.
But my wife resembles an Osbourne in some respects, the way she loves, and all their kids are great. But yeah, she puts that Sharon outfit on, and it is awesome. She did it, and I said, "Oh, you've got to be in the show. You've got to be in the show." And so we brought her in, and we have her
It's a
playing.
good part of the show.
Oh, it's so fun! It's so
Well,
fun.
how did that happen? How did you end up like she just dressed up as her one day and?
Yeah, we were because we love to cosplay. I've been cosplaying since a long time ago. I'm not going to tell you how long ago. So when Comic
Before it
Con
was cool?
started, okay, before it was
Oh.
cool, I used to get picked on for it. But yeah, I just love to cosplay. I mean, I'm a huge sci-fi nerd and horror movie fan, and I love cosplaying. Before it was called cosplaying, it was called costuming. And so we love to do that, and we like to go to Comic Con and any convention that's with nerds. Okay, I'm a nerd. Most musicians are. So it started with that, us doing Ozzy and Sharon for our Halloween card. Each year we do a different character. And it was so good and so uncanny. It was just amazing. You got to be in the show. So I convinced her to be in the show. I had to convince her to do that one. So Lita Ford wasn't too hard to have her do. So we got the Warlock and now the one-piece outfit, which is just badass. And she knocks it out of the park. We have a lot of fun
Well, I
with
think
that.
I saw when she did her very first appearance as
I think
Lita.
you did.
It was at Timmy's, right? Was that the one?
Oh,
Or was
yeah.
I mean, I'm like, that's when I saw her. saw her
I
a
booked
couple
a
years
few
ago.
shows. I booked a few shows here locally so that she could cut her teeth and get used to whatever comes our way. And boy, that was a good venue to have that happen because the whole power went out. We had to redo everything at the last second, but we pulled it off. You know, you have a lot of battles, and as long as you win all those battles, you win the war. And she won the war that night. She won the battle and the war.
Yeah, I thought
So.
she did pretty dang good.
Thank you.
So now here's a silly question because I just need to know: do you guys live like the Prince of Darkness at home?
But
I'm like,
do I?
She says no.
No?
I don't think she's answering.
Shake her head.
I plead the fifth, huh?
I'm just curious.
I
Got this big throne chair.
I do
You
have
do
two.
have that.
Yes, there are.
You
Yes,
saw
we
it?
do. We
Wow.
have a his and her thrones. Yes,
Oh, Lord.
and they are. They're in a living room, and I sit there every day, and I even have a TV tray that I eat on sometimes on my throne.
Oh
But
my God.
and it's crazy. But no, we did purchase two badass thrones. But I don't know. I don't think I live like the Prince of Darkness. I speak a little more clear. But
Right.
A lot.
I'm not on as much uppers, downers, and everything in between. I have been, but no, I don't think so. I think I'm just kind of normal when I'm at home. I'm a nerd, so.
All right. So here's the big one. Have you ever met Ozzy?
Hmm.
Yeah.
I've met Ozzy 4 different times. The first time was interesting. He had just lost Randy, shaved all his hair off, and he was in a bad way. And that was in San Diego in 80-something, early 80s. I forget the year. Of course, see,
Early
I'm a lot
80s.
like Ozzy too. I'm forgetting. And most recently, we met him on the 2013 tour, the 13 tour. And we were backstage, and Angela and I, and he was eyeing my wife. So I'm telling the truth, okay? I'm telling the truth. He was staring at you.
He was probably trying to figure out.
Looks a lot like my wife.
More like his hairdresser. So
there you go. Hey, you look like me.
Yeah, he grabs me and starts strangling me and says, "Holy shit, it's me!" And starts strangling me, and she snapped a shot of it, and that's on our website at AussieTributeIDK.com. But the Aussie Tribute's been a blessing to me. It has not been anything but lots of fun and lots of mayhem, and I've walked in that man's shoes. He is amazingly talented, and for him to continue and to do what he's done at all these years at his age, let me tell you, until you've walked in a man's shoes, I have, that man deserves respect, no matter how many things he's done and how much he's fucked up. That dude deserves respect because he's one of a kind, and he's a badass. So
Ozzy, if you're watching, yeah. Let the forward this to him.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so Brent,
Well,
Yes.
hold on.
you have some solo music out there, right? And you recorded with some heavy hitters.
Yeah.
Tell
yeah.
us about that.
So
I'm
it's
like,
I did a show with Chris Frazier, that drummer I was talking about, that was Steve Vai's original drummer, for Ronnie Montrose benefit in 2018 out in LA. And he said, I go and do all these shows all the time with these benefits, Brent, but I got to tell you, like, I felt when we were playing, there was just magic, and I never feel that at these things. It's just a jam, It's never like vibey like that. And so he said, we should do something. I said, yes, we should. And so one thing led to another. We put out an EP, and it's all instrumental. There's no vocals on it, but it charted really, really well. So it was the number 6 most added single to heavy metal radio when it came out of 600 heavy metal radio stations across the country and in Europe. So it was well received, and I've got a lot of fans from it. So I've kind of built up a little fan base of my own, which I want to translate into Book of Numbers. Chris and I are going to work on more music together, but it's secondary to Book of Numbers. Book of Numbers is my priority. That's number 1 for me. So that has to come second. But at some point, Chris and I will do some more music together.
Instrumental?
Instrumental. Yeah, just instrumental. I've got this guy, my vocals. Man. It's like, I reached the peak. Don't need anybody else singing for me, except for this guy right here. You should see the reviews. I mean, the reviews. Everybody.
Speaking of that,
pretty much, talks about strength of the songwriting. But Kevin's voice is always front and center in the reviews for just being a great classic voice, which it is. I think Kevin's this is the biggest print magazine in Europe, so it's their equivalent of Rolling Stone. This has the highest circulation of any magazine in Europe.
just like our Rolling Stones in America, this is Rock Hard in Europe. It's their Rolling Stones. And we were lucky enough to get number 32 best albums out of 50 for the year 2021. And they did a review on us, and it's all in German. Well, first off, look who's on the cover. Now, let me tell you, if I die tomorrow, I've achieved an accomplishment to be in the magazine, have a review like this in a magazine that this man is on the cover. Not to mention having David Thoner produce our album. It makes it, oh crap, can you read that?
I can. All right. So,
Wait,
I can't read that.
No.
I can't read
It's
it.
in German.
It's in German. Well, your name's Schumacher. You should be. All right, but
Right?
here's what it says. It's not long, so don't worry, guys. Keep watching. It's not going to take forever. But it says, Book of Numbers are not a tribute band in the strict sense of the word. Nevertheless, the new U.S. combo of the main actors of Brent Barker, Kevin Schumacher, Dennis Hayes, the love for Black Sabbath, Ozzy Osbourne, Dio, and Rainbow on their debut Magic album is more than evident in listening. In addition, the guys from Phoenix, Arizona mix in a pinch or two of power metal, film music elements, and a lot more in their doomy, heavy metal soup, and garnish the whole thing with exquisite guitar solos.
What was that again? Exquisite.
Exquisite guitar solos. So that the dish is one, despite the well-known basic recipe, gets its own note. Be sure to try Our Dying World, The Pounding Groove Monster, Contact, Kissing Laughter, and Yesterday's Nightmare, or the acoustic ballad White Turns Black to Gray as a starter. Well, get it! Exclamation point.
Well, it means go buy the album.
So our label got really excited when they saw this because they tell us they never give debut albums good reviews.
Especially American ones?
Probably especially American ones.
Yeah,
when they saw the Schumacher name, they're like, all right.
They probably thought I was one of them. I am.
Well, since we're talking about Germany, so you're signed in Germany under Pride and Joy, right?
Yes.
So, tell us about that. How'd that happen?
So that was through a friend of mine that played guitar for a band called Sabotage, which was big in the 80s. A great band. Great band. His
Good
name's
band.
Jack Frost.
Love him.
He's their guitar player. And he and I struck up a friendship at NAMM 2 years ago. He referred me to Dennis Hayes, our bass player. So that's how we kind of came in contact with Dennis. And he ultimately, when we were done mixing this record, he said, "Oh, you've got to take this to Europe. You know, Europe wants to hear this kind of music, as opposed to here in the U.S. It's rap, it's country. Nothing wrong with anybody's taste in music, but the kind of music that we do is
We like heavy metal.
We like heavy metal, and so does Jack, my buddy. And he said, I want to connect you with a few labels, and he did, and they all wanted to sign us. But Pride and Joy was a little more aggressive than the others, and really wanted us, and talked it over with Kevin, and we decided, and it would be in our best interest to go with them. So we went with them with this album. We'll see what happens on the next album, but they've done a great job. We're really happy with them. They're really happy with us.
So there's no kind of deal signed, so to say. You're not set in stone with them.
No,
We're
not for a
set in stone
second
with
album.
them. Not for the
Just
second
the first
album.
album.
Okay.
But I've been wondering, Jack Frost, didn't he ruin Christmas?
I think he did.
I've been meaning to talk to him about that. Santa and I do not like him.
Look out, Jack.
Uh-oh. So how
We love you, brother.
How did you guys
Thank
get
you, Jack.
started in music? Yeah, how did you
You want to take that one first?
Yeah, I'll take that one first.
Yeah,
So,
this is for both y'all.
I grew up. My dad played the French horn, had perfect pitch. My brother was a classical piano prodigy. He was studying with the conductor of the Phoenix Symphony Orchestra when he was like 8, 9, 10 years old, something like that. And I'm the black sheep. I chose heavy metal. So.
Maybe they are the black sheep.
Yeah, right? I like the way you say it.
And I heard, just like Kevin's talked about, I heard Black Sabbath, I heard AC/DC, I heard Randy Rhoads, and I said, that's me, that's my music, I want to play it until the day I die. And I knew it from, I started that at 11, and I've been eating, sleeping with my guitar ever since.
Believe it.
Yes.
It shows.
Thanks.
The mad scientist of guitars here. I started young. My folks raised me in a Wesleyan Methodist massive musical church. And I came home at like 5 years old and went to our piano and started playing by ear what I just heard in church, which was whatever, Amazing Grace or something like that. And they're like, oh, well, we should probably get him piano lessons. So I started taking piano lessons from my Aunt Sue, who was also my babysitter, because my mom worked full-time, so did my pops. And so Monday through Friday I had piano lessons, but my Aunt Sue was also the kids' chorale teacher in church. So because she had me 5 days a week, she also had me in choir at a young age. I cut my first album at 7. I was in the studio.
Wow.
In the Church Alive album. Now I had a bit in that. I wasn't just an album, me at 7. I was part of an album. But I was in the studio. I was cutting an album. I cut a track. I still have it to this day. So, 2 of them. One I know, but a real album. Remember those? So, and then, again, I did all this crap in church, and then in school, I was in the high school choir, and I got picked on for that, too. A Star Trek fan that was in choir. Yeah, try that in the 70s. So anyways, and I didn't care, because when I heard Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin, and mainly, Deep Purple as well. I love John Lord on keyboards. I play piano as well and keyboards, but I tell you what, when I heard Ronnie James Dio's voice, and no disrespect towards Ozzy or any other vocalists out there, but there was something that Ronnie James Dio on the Rainbow Long Live Rock and Roll album, that really did it for me. And the Gates of Babylon with that harmonic minor and just some killer stuff. So I ended up really bought and sold. Just, it was right there. My soul was gone. I gave it all away. And then it just, you want to come up? You want to come up? So anyways, it was those three bands, Deep Purple, Black Sabbath, Rainbow, even more, that sold me on that. And then I joined a high school band, and I've been doing heavy metal ever since. So.
So
Join
Come
high
on.
school
Come on
band or
down.
the high school
Come
band?
on, man.
all right, we got Dennis Hayes has shown up now. So
Dennis.
perfect timing because we got questions.
All right.
All right.
All right.
So now that we have Dennis here, let me see what I got here for him. So Dennis, you were with Tim Ripper Owens from Judas Priest, and now Ripper is with KK's Priest with KK Downing.
Yeah.
And what was that like performing with him?
It was great. I mean, I was in his original band back in the 90s, whatever that was, 92 or 3 or something. Winter's Bay, and we did that whole Judas Priest tribute thing.
Hmm.
What landed him the gig. So it was a great time.
Just like the movie Rockstar.
It was
Loosely based on this band.
That's right.
Rockstar with Marky Mark.
Marky.
No funky punch.
No funky bunch for Dennis.
No wigs.
No piercings?
I don't know about that.
So you were in Iced Earth?
I was for 7 months or something.
Oh.
But some really cool shows. I mean, I did like a couple months with them. Opened for Heaven and Hell. Ronnie's last stint with Black Sabbath.
Nice.
That was awesome.
I can imagine.
Awesome.
So there's a rumor going around that John Schaefer stormed the Capitol, and
I heard something about
He's hiding in your
that
basement.
he's hiding in your basement.
Wasn't he in your garage?
Might be in the garage.
Or your garage, yeah. All
Do you have any comments on that?
I haven't seen it.
right.
Oh,
All right.
That was John Schaefer from Iced Earth. We thought he was hiding out in his garage. Psych.
So, so whatever happened with this guy,
Which guy?
John Schaefer?
I don't know.
He's got prison breath.
Uh-oh.
I think they let him out. And still pending the trial. Or
Probably.
I have no
Oh,
idea.
Jesus. God, that became a serious thing, huh?
We haven't spoken since.
Oh.
It was since the Capitol, yeah.
The Capitol.
He's probably still in your old garage.
All right, so now let's get down to book numbers.
So are you guys all from Phoenix originally, or were you born and raised?
I was born in Phoenix, but my parents got divorced and I grew up in Indiana. So I consider myself Indiana as my hometown, Indianapolis. But made my way back here and love it.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I was born in Canal Fulton, Ohio. I was
California.
raised in Canal Fulton, Ohio.
And I'm a San Diego native. San Diego,
Wow.
California.
I'm
But I love Arizona.
Arizona native.
Nice.
Born and
Okay.
raised.
Born and
Still live in
raised.
the same neighborhood I grew up in.
Nice.
Awesome.
Not
Yeah,
me. I mean,
I
I
love
lived all over
Arizona.
it, so. I've gone to several different schools. Yeah, my parents like to move a lot. Anything to get away from the city, they kept moving further
Cool.
and further away. You know, they like to live out away from everybody. So.
That's why you live way out there, huh? You
Right
learned?
now, yeah. And now I'm kind of stuck there because they did live out further. They lived further out, closer to Tonopah, and so I bought kind of closer into the. But now,
By 20 minutes?
you know, so now neither one of them. You know, my dad's passed, my mom's Oklahoma, and I'm still out there.
My folks are right here. Say hi.
Hello.
There you go.
That's some good work right there.
Mom and Dad.
Wow.
Thanks, guys.
It is.
It's hard to make it good.
No, I was on a waiting list for this guy.
I can imagine.
Right there.
So tell us about the lyrics, specifically like magic and kissing laughter. You want to give us some insight on that?
The lyrics in Magic, most of the lyrics for just any of the tunes, he would give me the songs, and he'd write them, give me the music, and these lyrics would just come to me. I mean, they literally would, boom, all of a sudden the melody, harmony, all of it came to me, like some of these tunes, and it came to me, and I wrote them in 5 minutes. It's almost like they were being fed to me from something, for someone. And Angela attests to it. I mean, they just came right out. And I didn't plan it that way, because sometimes it takes a little while to make lyrics make sense and whatnot. But the magic is about Aleister Crowley. And it's about being basically free to be who you were meant to be. Hence the chorus is, do what thou wilt. Do what means, in Old English, it's like, do what you want. And that's kind of what his mantra was. It's just not that I'm worshiping the devil or anything. It's just like, be true to yourself, be who the hell you want to be, and be what your purpose is. Find your purpose and do that. And that's kind of what the lyrics are. It's like, don't let anybody tell you any different, because most people spew a bunch of shit anyways. So don't believe that shit. Just believe in yourself and go chase your dream and make it happen, because we all are shining stars. We all are. So chase it and make it happen. Kissing Laughter, it was a dream, a real bona fide dream I had, and it's a trip. Yeah, that movie's it played like, we did a video, but it was like a movie, and I remember I was screaming in my sleep, and I remember Angela shaking me and waking me up, and I remember in that dream, her hand or something's hand was behind this curtain of trees that was blood soaked. This hand comes through and grabs me and wakes me up, and then there's Angela, my wife. It's like, oh, yeah, I got to go write this down before I forget it. So I go and I write this whole story down, and then I went back and then made it all rhyme and made it make sense, but it's a killer tune. The middle part of that tune is pretty killer.
Dreams are crazy like that, and those do make the best, like, poems or songs.
Or horror
if you
movies.
could, like, yeah. I mean, dreams are freaking crazy.
Yeah.
And it's, like, so, like, unrealistic that... Yeah, so like Stephen King, I mean, he writes some crazy stuff that,
I love him. Yeah.
But my question is, I want to know more about Our Dying World, because that one, I'd have to say, I mean, there's so many of them that I really, really like, but Our Dying World is just like so deep and
Really?
dark to me.
Oh, thank you.
And
Jester's Crown.
Crown, yeah, I love that one too. I don't know, I just love the riffs in it. It's just like...
Isn't it cool?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he writes this dissonant, almost just really killer. I don't know if it was a tritone or not, was it?
There's tritone in there.
Is there?
There's tritone for you, brother.
Yeah, I love the tritones.
He loves singing over it. So.
The devil's interval. Yeah. So it's, he brings, like I said, he writes these tunes, and then he gives them to me, and then I write the lyrics. And I don't tell him what to do, and he doesn't tell me what to do. Or suggestions, they're always welcome, but I really don't get... I think there's one thing I said, and I said, hey, hold that note a little longer in Kissing Laughter's mellow part, and then that was about it, and then you resolved with me, and it came out real beautiful where I sing rock and roll. And by the way, it says, and gave me rock and roll, in that part, Kissing Laughter, and I'll go back to the other one in a minute, Dying World. That's about our cats. Our cats are named Rock and Roll. They're two blue Russians that were given to us by Mr. Alan Niven, the old manager of GNR. But we love our cats, and so a lot of people say that those lyrics are possibly about the real music, rock and roll. No, it's about our cats.
Funny.
So, anyways, you can take it either way. But Our Dying World is so badass. I mean, he comes up with this mellow intro, and it's about poisoning the earth. It's about poisoning the planet. It's about, like so many bands before us have done. I mean, I'm not no tree hugger or anything like that, but we are killing our planet. If you want, just go down to California and check out our beaches right now. Check out Long Beach right now with the oil spill. So we got to be very careful with our planet because it's very fragile. William Shatner just went up into space last week. And when he was up there, he said, man, it was beautiful, it was light, and then all of a sudden, pitch black. He goes, I went from life to death within 5 miles up there, or 50 miles. And his analogy, Captain Kirk finally made it to space, but his analogy was I was alive and then I was into death, And he goes, it's 50 miles, that's how fragile our ecosystem is, and that's like, melting world, our minds decay. It's all about like dying and death and doom, and we're killing our planet and all that kind of crap. So we're a doom metal band, in some respects, and not all of our lyrics are, but so.
I was going to say, you lean more towards a darker writing style.
Horror movies sell, and so do we. I mean, we're not all doom and gloom, and I wrote a beautiful ballad that he wrote the music on acoustic called White Turns Black to Gray for my wife Angela, and every good heavy metal band like Sabbath had Changes, and Rainbow had Rainbow Eyes, and a lot of bands have that one ballad on their each album, and we plan on doing the same thing. We're only doing what's been done before, but we're doing it our way.
Is that the one with Forever?
And ever,
Ever?
yeah. The video just came out last week.
I'm like,
was it last week? Yeah. I maybe should have cut that into two, but you know what? We just left it alone.
I just think I like it because it's just when I'm kind of singing along and I'm just like, I hear I'm like forever and ever.
Sticks in your head though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And,
Forever
and
and
that's
ever.
the thing, you want the songs to stick in people's heads.
Right.
And that's all
the name of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a trip.
Let's see.
Live shows. What do you got coming up?
Well, nice of you to ask. Right here at the 44 Sports Grill.
They're not supposed to know where we're
Okay.
at. No, I'm kidding.
Right over there.
We're in the
Yeah.
lounge.
Right.
We're in the lounge. but-
Right over there on Friday, October 29th, we are going to be tearing this stage to pieces. Myself and my brother Kevin and Dennis and Dwayne Miller, who's not with us right now, on drums. And we're going to be performing every song off of our debut album just for you. So
In order?
come check it
No.
out in order. In order. Kevin
No, I
has-
mixed them up a little.
Yeah.
We're gonna do Children of the Sea a little earlier.
All right.
Yeah, but come check it out. If you love classic heavy metal in the style of Black Sabbath featuring Dio or Rainbow featuring Dio or the Ozzy records, or if you're a fan of the Ozzy tribute, you've got to come see Book of Numbers. If this is the kind of music that you like, we are your band. Come check us
And
out.
what is special about this show?
This is our debut, so this is the first time playing live in our hometown, Phoenix, Arizona, and we can't wait to do it. I can't
CD release.
CD release.
CD release.
Yeah.
That's right.
CD
It's our
release party.
CD release party at Skullfest.
Skullfest 2021.
2021. That's
Yeah.
right.
So that's Rock and Free's Halloween Skullfest, and we do this annually. This is it's technically the second annual.
Sure.
But,
Our first.
But our
Yeah,
first
like Rock
under
and Freeze first.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Rock and Free
Under
debut.
new management.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
New company, new management.
even
So
though
it's-
Rock and Free was there last year, but
But
now
now the
we're
new and
technically
improved
yes,
Rock
yes,
and Free
exactly.
and Book of Numbers, both making a debut.
Hell
yeah.
Skullfest,
Yes.
We'll
Friday,
have,
October 29th.
and they'll have T-shirts. We'll have T-shirts. We'll have merch. We'll all have swag,
Mhm.
and it's going to be a lot of fun. And we got some really killer up and coming talent, and I'm so proud of them. I've checked out all the bands.
Mhm.
One band I brought with us, which they're now Weapons of Pride.
Yeah.
And if you like Black Sabbath, that's great. But they're real big fans. What are they in their 20s? They look
Yes,
like
they're
teenagers,
young.
for
I mean,
God's
their
sakes.
guitar player is, oh gosh, 16, I think.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
Nice.
he's young.
He's good. I mean, they're
He's
a
a
good
freaking
band,
amazing,
man.
yeah.
And I feel like they're carrying the torch. To see these young cats do that is just great. I can't wait
And
to see them
let
live.
me
That's what
just
we've
tell you.
been trying to do is get these young guys
Yes.
around.
Yeah.
And you guys aren't going to be around forever.
Mm-mm.
I hate
No.
to say it. Sorry, guys.
But I had them play here last month, I think it was,
Yeah.
because I wanted to actually see them.
Sure.
And, I like to kind of get it,
A
see
feel.
what's coming up. And that way other people will get a chance to see them.
Yeah.
And then they'll want to see them at the show. But if you missed them, I guarantee you're going to want to stick around. Even they go on after
Going last.
Yeah, they're
Book
closing
of
the evening,
Numbers,
but
they're
man,
closing it
it's
out.
worth the wait.
So it's a little continuation
Yeah.
of a little bit of Black Sabbath sound because I was like, whoa, man.
Yeah, they love
And
it.
I'm like, how you get your voice to that? He's like,
Yeah, and he's
it's
playing
good.
bass too. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's a 3 or 4 piece.
They're 3 piece.
I've seen them with 4 in some of their videos, but
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, they're really good.
But we all in our own right, each band on that bill. October 29th, right here at the 44 Skullfest, Halloween. Costumes are encouraged.
Yes.
Yes.
There's swag bags that are going out to the first, how many people?
100.
100 people. And there'll be contests, giveaway, all sorts of stuff.
Raffle
Make it
prizes,
make it old school, because you're going to hear a lot of kick-ass old school doom heavy metal that night, which is appropriate for Halloween.
Yeah, that's right.
So
Yeah, this is the show to be at. For
mark
this
your
year.
damn calendars. No excuses.
Should have already been marked.
Yep. Yeah, we've been advertising for a while now, so.
Well, any other shows coming up then? Is just Skullfest?
Just Skullfest right now. We might be doing Bike Week next year. Arizona Bike Week over at Westworld. Both the Aussie Tribute and Book of Numbers. We've got casino shows with the Aussie Tribute coming up, and we'll always be doing that. But we're very particular on what we're going to be doing with Book of Numbers. That's our baby.
So what are your current plans for like touring wise? Are you doing just U.S. right now? Have you done any Europe? Or are you going to be doing Europe?
So we talked to the label about going to Europe, and they're interested. But with COVID, all those countries keep changing the rules, and they're all different. So,
Sound familiar?
trying to
Yeah.
orchestrate it has been a little bit of a challenge, but at some point we will get to Europe.
Sure.
Yeah, I know
But
they're
they're
trying
all
to get
closed
here.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
They want to come here. And our people want to go there.
Yeah, we're going to be looking into all sorts of festivals. They love festivals like Wacken and and smaller ones of that nature, and we're planning on going over there and doing all of the festivals. But again, they're all shut down right now.
Yeah.
And so we'll see what happens in 2022, and then, as soon as they open up, then we'll go over. But in the meantime, we're looking at some of the Midwest, because the Midwest is cool. They still love heavy metal over there in the Midwest, or pretty much anywhere. But like he had said earlier, America is really into rap music and R&B and other genres more so here in country music than our sacred heavy metal. So we're going over the pond, people. And they love us over there. We've got nothing but great reviews. And if you get a chance to go to www.bookofnumbers-music.com, that's bookofnumbers, the minus dash, music.com, you can check out links to all of our reviews from all over. I mean, Denmark, Switzerland, good God, Portugal, Spain, I don't remember, but global. It's cool and it's flattering, and I'm honored. Every review is kick-ass, and they're all on the news page on our website.
Yeah, and you can probably find them on Rockin' Free too, because you've been sharing them out.
I shared every one that I can remember. Yeah,
they're
I
really
missed
great.
quite a few, though. I can't keep up with them.
Yeah, there's
So,
some great.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No,
Right.
that's a
Keep 'em
good
coming.
problem to have. I couldn't keep up. I'm like, oh well. Get too busy. I can't have time for that.
Have we even been getting any questions from any?
Oh, now she asked. Huh?
Oh, okay. Well, I was
No,
waiting
not
for you to
really,
chime
though.
in.
Not really. Let me go back to the beginning here.
Don't want to forget about our viewers.
Bobby Phillips, I have to say, what a great sound you have. You all rock.
Thank you, Bobby.
Vocals are just sick. Guitar is off the hook. Bass booms. Sorry, there was no bass booms. I had to throw it. I couldn't leave you out, I'm a big fan. So Bobby Phillips.
Thanks, Bobby.
Sound is shitty. We fucking goddamn it.
So they're telling us that it doesn't sound good?
Yeah, it's quiet. So
Oh,
Move that forward. Maybe not.
We've been having some technical difficulties, and then everything was working fine the other day. We tested it out, and then today we show up, and it's like my mic quit working. We went and bought a new one. So I don't know what the heck's going on. We're gonna have to.
Is that it?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, everyone's bitching about the sound.
As usual.
Tamara Phillips says, "What's up, brother?"
We're working on
What's up, Tamara?
Irene Milhorn. Hey, Brent Barker.
Irene, what's up?
Kevin Angelo Schumacher. Book of Numbers. Bobby Phillips. Bad as can be. Ronnie James Dio is one of my favorites as well. Kevin from Tamara.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Mr. Victor Barclay.
Oh,
Just saying hey.
y'all met Victor?
Not yet, but he has some kind of a shirt for a teddy bear.
You know, it's a.
He
it's
is
a
the
lion.
teddy bear.
He's a
Oh, it's
lion.
a teddy lion.
Lion.
He's a lion.
Yeah.
A teddy lion. He is a lion. He is the music. I don't know.
He has more concert shirts than I do.
He is the mascot of
They
the
made a book of
local
numbers
music
shirt,
scene.
so that'll be unveiled at our 44th show here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Doesn't
he,
I'm gonna
have a
bite his
fucking
head
Rocket
off.
Free
he
shirt
reps
yet.
like all the bands of local
Yes.
Arizona. Yeah.
Well, God bless that little damn thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's fun.
He'll
So
probably
yeah,
want
that's
to
really
get his
about
picture
it
taken
through
with you
comments
too.
here.
Nice. Any questions you have for us, bud?
Yes. You guys have been all over. What's been your favorite venue, local and kind of nationwide?
Well, I did a show in St. Louis once for about 60,000 people.
Nice.
Festival.
Yep.
That would probably have to be a good highlight. I love playing in LA too. There's just a good vibe in LA.
Yeah.
Like the rooms out there, all the iconic rooms. Played the Whiskey A Go Go, the Roxy, everything on the Sunset Strip.
Right.
Coconut Teaser when that used to be there.
Coconut teaser.
Yeah, always just a good vibe.
I remember that place.
Always a good vibe in LA. Also Nashville. Nashville's a lot of fun. So I like anywhere where people show up and go, yes! That's my favorite room to play.
Oh,
This is now my favorite room to play.
So how about?
This is gonna be your favorite.
So that's
place?
local. How about like over Europe and so on?
Over Europe, haven't played Europe. dude.
No.
No,
All right.
that's what Book of Numbers will be my first
All right.
excursion. over there.
Debut there too, huh?
Yeah.
I've done a few.
Done a few.
So what other bands have you been in? Then obviously Iced Earth. What else?
Yelling Theater with Ken, also Seven Witches with Jack Frost from Seven Dogs.
Hey, didn't he ruin Christmas?
He did.
Well, you brought it back with some
Same
good
guy.
music, so.
Same guy. He just won't go away.
It's around.
He's got a white complexion.
So what's been your favorite venue then?
That's hard to say.
You have one favorite?
Probably not.
No.
I mean, I played Wacken. That's
That's
Tough
huge.
to-
Yeah.
That's
deep.
huge.
Stuff
Yeah.
to be so whacking?
That's the Super Bowl of
They're
heavy
all-
metal
Yeah.
stages
as
right
long
there.
as people are into it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They could be as small as this room. I'd be alright with that.
Yeah. I'm sure you played places as small as this
Yep.
one.
Hey, a lot of those big bands have gone down to these rooms like this.
Yeah.
Isn't it a trip? And you know what? I love seeing those big. I saw Ronnie James Dio in Alice Cooperstown, and it was just so intimate. I mean, I used to see the dude in arenas, and you could never. Of course, I saw him at the Electric Ballroom. For all you veterans out
Right.
here, Electric Ballroom. Saw him there too, and that was kick-ass. So, anyways, wow. So you don't have a favorite, but you played Wacken, and that's up there with all your favorite.
Grass Pop was great. All the festivals
Where's that?
were Great. Grass Pop,
Grass Pop.
Belgium.
Okay,
Belgium.
Belgium.
All right.
Good beer.
A prime requirement for Mr. Dennis
Yeah.
Hayes, a.k.a. Dennis Miller.
Dennis Miller.
Getting a little thirsty. right
Miller
now.
Lite. There's this one storage unit. No, just teasing.
Storage.
Every band has to play in a storage unit at least once in their career. I liked Gazzari's Hollywood. I think that when I played Gazzari's, I was in a group called Sanctions, and old man Gazzari helped me load up, and he helped me tear down. And it's just one of those moments that it was packed. Gazzari's was packed, but then that place was always packed. And
Where's it at?
that was on in Hollywood, and it was just one of those things that if you get to play Gazzari's Hollywood, you've in those days,
You made it?
Yeah, in a way. I mean,
Yeah, I used to have a big billboard hanging up with Bill Gazzari, the owner,
yeah,
which is a world famous club. Is where Van Halen got discovered.
yeah.
By Gene Simmons.
Everybody that we looked up to has played on that stage.
That's a big name from
Yeah.
the '80s.
Yes.
You heard that. You always
Yeah.
heard that name.
It's a trip. So I mean, probably that would be my favorite venue of all time that I've ever done. Sometimes I'll show my stripes on that one. So, any other questions?
Well, not from them, but we've heard your idols, so to say.
Yeah.
Dio, Ozzy.
Oh,
How
absolutely.
about yourself?
Tony Iommi and Randy Rhoads. Tony Iommi for rhythm guitar. He's the master of the riff.
Oh, God.
He's arguably the inventor of heavy metal. So therefore, I mean, in my mind, could be considered the greatest, just because everybody else that's doing heavy metal is doing a genre that he basically kind of created.
Oh, yeah.
In Birmingham. And then for lead guitar playing Randy Rhoads, I mean, I learned how to play by literally listening to the Blizzard of Oz and the Diary of a Madman album over and over and over, note for note, and I was doing that at a very young age. So I was about 13, and I learned that. I also loved classical music and guitar players like Ritchie Blackmore and Michael Schenker, just because they could be so melodic and so beautiful, yet over such heavy driving music.
Right.
So those are my influences. I'm definitely thinking more and more about Randy these days. He's getting inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So at the end of the month. So like, big congratulations to the Rock Hall. You say whatever you will about him, and I know there's people that don't have a good opinion about some of the decisions they make, but they got that one right.
They got that one
They
right.
got that one right. So he's being inducted
About
to
time.
Musical Excellence, and I've just completed a video series. I've done every guitar solo off the Diary of a Madman album. So if you go to Brent Barker Music, Facebook or Instagram, you can see every guitar solo Randy Rhoads played on the Diary of a Madman album. I did them all individually. I just posted the final track is Diary of a Madman. I just posted that today. I'm doing a compilation of all those videos in one, so I'm going to do that the week that he's getting inducted, just as a way to say thank you to the master for giving us this great music.
Too many to name?
Probably. I mean, Dennis Dunaway from Alice Cooper, Bob Daisley, Billy Sheehan, of course, Steve Harris, and the list goes on.
And on and on.
Tiny Tim at all?
Right. You brought it back around. Nice job.
I love his glam.
He's good.
Do we have a lot of viewers?
8, and Bobby Phillips, the
Yeah.
bass booms. See? I told you, man. I told you.
Nice job.
They'll be watching.
Hey, it works, So any venues that you want to play?
Madison Square Garden.
Madison Square Garden, Cardinal Stadium,
Hollywood Bowl.
Hollywood Bowl. Absolutely.
It's haunted.
So
We'll
you
fit
got to go
right
with
in.
both bands, huh?
Yeah, right. There's always a little bit of Oz.
Everywhere.
Yeah. Always.
So where can everybody find your music?
Book of Numbers -music.com. That's Book of Numbers the minus sign music.com. And then you can go to Pride and Joy Music. I don't know if it's a dot.
Yeah.
It's like a .GER or something. It's
Some
Oh,
weird
'cause it's
European
Germany.
thing.
You can go to Book of Numbers Facebook
I'm sure if you
and
Googled it.
go to Pride and
it'll
Joy.
come up.
Pride and Joy Music Facebook. And just put in Pride and Joy Music and they'll pull up. And you can get their link right there and go to Book of Numbers and buy it through our label. Because now, the way to get our album, if you're here in Arizona,
You
is to come to the 44 Skullfest October 29th, and you can purchase a signed one from us.
Yeah.
That's the way to buy it.
And
That's
you
right.
can, we can bundle it, and you can supersize it with a T-shirt and some other shit. So
Yeah, see? Now
that's
we're
the way to
talking.
do it.
That's how you really do it. You can get the meet and greet and the signed CD.
Because it's going to be big. You're going to want a sign.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're only a few months old. We've been working on this album for a little while, and we had no idea that this would happen. We just did it because we love what we do, and if you do what you love long enough, you never know. That's why the lyrics of Magic are just go do what you do and find your purpose and do it well, and you'll never work a day in your life, and you just never know. You may get paid for it. And we had no idea we're going to get offered a label. We had no idea this was even going to go anywhere. But you know what? We love it. It's what we do. We've been doing it since we were like in diapers. So
I heard it was 5, so.
5. Yeah, 5 is when I started. But we We had no idea. And so we'll see where it goes from here. We're lucky to be on a German label. We're lucky to be sitting here with you fine folks right here. And
we're lucky to have you.
So
we're
lucky that whoever's watching right now, that you even take the time out of your life to even just watch this. So hopefully you can come down and check us out live. I'm sure they'll be live streaming it as well for you people out of state that can't make it. And
only for the out-of-staters. If you're in state, you need to be here.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if you're in the state of mind that we are in, then definitely show up.
You don't want to miss it. I'm telling you. If you listen to the music, you're going to want to be here because I can't wait to see it live. The stage performance is going to be way better.
I'm actually kind of excited to hear the whole thing live first. I haven't listened to the CD yet, like I said, so
I'm out of here.
You didn't bring a CD. How many times do I have to go?
I'm not in charge. I'm not in charge. I'm just the singer.
You know how that goes.
So you bring the microphone, no setup, no turn.
Hell no. I show up, sing, I'm gone. No. We're a great team. We do what we can, and we have a lot of fun. I mean, if this wasn't fun, I wouldn't be doing it. I wouldn't waste my time. It's a lot of fun. And we just, there's honest, good work involved. It's not as easy as you think. It really isn't. But at the end of the day, when you're done with your show and it's just, the feeling is better than drugs. It's like the best high in the world.
I don't know. Have you rode a motorcycle?
Yeah.
Okay, then maybe I'll compare it for you then. That's my
Have you ever
favorite high,
Have you ever sang for a band?
Well, I screamed for you. I do get high
He
off of that.
screamed the other night at our show, and I'm like, wow, come on up here. You're the next contestant.
That was impressive.
Thank you, Travis.
Yeah, very impressive. Set the lungs on that boy?
I know. Can you imagine if he did sing? Jeez.
Maybe I should start taking lessons, huh? Because I'm not shy. I'll get up there. Fuck it.
Oh, yeah.
What do you got to lose?
Where is John Schaefer?
It's like, where's Waldo? That should be the question. We should make that thing. Where's John Schaefer?
Well,
So we know that you just got done with the first CD, releasing it
Yeah.
at Skullfest, but do you have plans on a second? Do you have material already?
We do. We have another album ready to go. So Kevin and I need to go through our process together. I'll bring him the music, and then he'll write all the lyrics and the melodies, and we'll kind of create a vision for the record number 2. And all I can tell you is it's going to be even better than the first.
yeah, it will be better. And I've already got one tune from him, and it's out of this world. It's so killer. I mean, because some of these reviews, and I was going to bring them and write them down and bring them in, but he read one, and I just decided not to do them all. But it is so cool to be, compared to his writing movie soundtracks on steroids with a tinge of Sabbath and this and Priest and Iron Maiden. I've been compared to Bruce Dickinson, Ronnie James Dio, and Rob Halford. Jesus, sign me up. If you'd have told me that shit in high school,
years ago?
yeah, right. If you'd have told me that years and years ago, it's like, wow, really? Whoa! And these are people over the pond where these folks came from, except for Dio. But holy shit, sign us up. We've got great reviews on everything, the three of us, and then, it's off the hook. It really is off the hook. And these dudes, man. They're badass, okay? They're badass. And I'm honored to have these guys, doing the music, making that foundation that I can get on there vocally and just dance and do what I do. Because he holds down the low end with the drums. He's up there with me on lead and rhythm and crunches. And it's everything that you would expect if you were to go see, a combination of Black Sabbath, the Dio years, Iron Maiden, and Judas Priest, all wrapped up into one. But yet we're new, and his leads are so superior. I've come to think that the way to describe some of his soloing is, if Randy Rhoads were alive today, this is probably what he would be producing. So if you're a Randy Rhoads fan, and Sabbath, and all these things that we're putting in this pot, you definitely want to come check out Book of Numbers here because it's fun, and you'll have fun. And if you dig that kind of music, you're going to really enjoy us. So buy our album.
Yeah.
Buy
At
two.
Skullfest.
Buy the film Skullfest.
I like that. Buy two.
Yeah.
So I got one more for you then. How'd you come up with the name?
Oh yeah.
That's Kevin.
Good question. Uh-oh.
Which one do I want to use?
All of them.
Well, I write things in my lyrics that could mean two different things or more, so that other people can identify to my lyrics
In their own way.
in their own way.
Nice.
So it's a lot of times you'll read my lyrics. If you haven't, do it or don't. I don't care. But you can read into my lyrics and you'll be like, holy shit, this is what it means to me. And then if you meet me, ask me what it means to me, and I'll tell you what it meant to me. And then I want to know what it means to you, because it's dual. Well, same with Book of Numbers. Book of Numbers, you could say, oh my God, that's the Old Testament. That's in the Torah from the Jewish Bible, or in the Christian, the Gentile Bible. It could be, the Book of Numbers, but it doesn't say Book of Numbers. It says Numbers, right? Well, it also could be numerology. There's a thing out there that people believe in numerology. Oh, right. I could write tunes about numerology. But the cool thing is, and one of these reviews that we had, I don't know where the hell it was from, somewhere over the pond, but they talked about our name. And I love people's opinions outside of my own. And they said that Book of Numbers is a great book in the Bible to draw from, that it's bloodier than any horror movie. I mean, if you look at the actual Book of Numbers and know it, which I do, Moses took the Israelites out of Egypt and freed the slaves with God's help, and it's brutal. You know, it would have taken 14 days to get from Egypt, walking, to the Promised Land, Israel. 14 days. It took them 40 years because they kept fucking up. And they built a golden calf and worshiped this calf. Who worships a golden calf, right? So, anyways. But there's a lot of brutality in not only the Book of Numbers, but a lot of stories that I could draw from out of that as well. And that will be more into our second album as well. But I also want to tap into some of that numerology. My father once wrote. My dad was a genius. He was a surveyor engineer, and I could give him any numbers and say multiply it or add it, and he'd come up with a number like that. He wrote an entire song based on math. I'll have to pull it out. I have it. We'll have to play it and see what it sounds like. A whole song based on math, and I'm thinking numerology, right? So the Book of Numbers came from originally maybe with my Judeo-Christian roots from the murder and mayhem. You want to do a good movie? Write something in the Old Testament. Hell, even the New Testament's pretty brutal. But that's where it came from. That's what it's about, and I hope to draw more doom and gloom and shit from the name as well as we move forward. So, hope that explains it.
Wow, that's pretty deep.
Are you crystal clear on that?
That
Doom and gloom, mayhem, and madness.
Wow.
That's cool.
All right. Any more questions from the
No.
audience?
Tony Henderson
Beer?
says rock on.
Tony Henderson.
Bobby once again says badass. And David R. Hendershot. Hey, Brother Dennis.
Hendershot.
See you all soon.
Yeah.
At Skullfest.
No? Yeah.
Isn't he in Houston or Dallas?
That's close enough, right?
Somewhere in
I
Texas?
think that's good.
Yeah.
God bless Texas. Yeah, we're doing a show out in Texas, so we'll see him there. And if you can make Skullfest, come on out. Hendershot.
That's right.
Yep. It's just a hop, skip, and a jump.
Yep.
Jump on the plane and fly out.
Skullfest, the band? What? What are you smoking here, buddy? No, Joel. Skullfest. Come on, man.
Is that Joel Rodriguez?
Yes, come on, Joel.
Joel, Skullfest. You asked where the best Halloween party is going to be?
Yep.
Well, come to Skullfest on October 29th.
October
Right here.
29th, the 44, right on Peoria, right?
Yep.
Peoria and like
4494
44.
West Peoria Avenue in Glendale, Arizona. Come on down.
Yeah, it's going to be some badassery, and let me tell you.
It's going gonna be all decorated.
Put
Skulls.
your girly touches on it. Great.
Hmm?
You gonna put your girly touches on it? Great.
No, it's about the skulls, man. You got the skulls. Kerber's gonna bring his skulls. You want to know where the skulls are at? We're gonna have Kerber's skulls. We have our skulls. Anybody that's got skulls, bring them. We're gonna deck this place out.
That's right. I got a skull.
Skullfest.
We'll have human sacrifices. We got the Jeffrey Dahmer cookbook buffet. It's going to be badass.
Well, we have Bro Bros.
Robros,
Well, yeah,
Jeff-
there's a
Bro
dead
Bros
pig
barbecue.
back there, so
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So you got Bro Bros barbecue.
Jeffrey Dahmer,
So we have food here.
Richard Ramirez.
We got.
More sacrifice.
We got.
Wasn't he from
drinks.
Ohio, too? Dahmer was from Ohio. There's a lot of serial killers from Ohio. Look, Tim Ripper Owens. Ripper, huh? Huh?
Maybe we need to get a drink special for that night.
Bloody
something,
Marys?
something creepy.
Yes, something evil.
We can name it something with skull.
You can name it something evil.
Yes.
Well, as long as you're drinking out of the skull.
I think we should.
I like that.
Drinking out of the skull of your enemies. So
Bring in a monkey, a spider monkey. We can crack its head open.
Maybe we could name a drink called Book of Numbers.
Oh,
and
there
we'll
you
call
go.
it the Skull Fest. I don't know. I'll talk to Nancy. See what we can come up with.
What's wrong with my spider monkey?
You want to name a drink Spider Monkey?
No, I want to bring a spider monkey and
Oh.
crack its head open and drink it.
It's only illegal if you get caught, right?
Well,
Just
if,
eat 'em.
if that's your thing, I mean, Ozzy's was bite the head off of a bat, so
He didn't know it was a real bat. He thought it was a toy. And that he even complains about it off and on throughout his career. He's busted his balls to be who he is, and everybody knows him for biting the head off a bat instead.
And pissing
But
on
it
the
didn't
Alamo.
do too bad. I went to the Alamo as Ozzy in costume and went up and I went right up to the wall and acted like I was peeing, and the cops came.
Oh my
And they were
God.
going to arrest me if I didn't leave right away. Got pictures of it, documented. It was great. And I was going to get arrested because I was going to do
Just
it.
do it.
My wife told me I couldn't. I said, baby, I'll be out the next day. Who cares? No. So maybe I'll go back and do it.
You have to leave
10.
your wife at
Just
home.
just get
That's not going to happen.
just get a water bottle or lemonade or something and just pretend. No one will know.
Oh, are you kidding? Those little indigenous guys over there, they were ready to arrest me with their bayonets and everything. It was crazy. It's crazy. They were on me like flies on shit. Let me tell you. Like that. They saw some dude looking like Ozzy going up there dropping drawers. Boy. So we're looking forward to this. Now, what are all bands are going to be performing that night?
All right. So we got Arsenic Kitchen
Opening the show.
opening the show, and then we have Dawn of the Rising.
Dawn of the Rising.
I caught their video. I like that video of theirs. I caught one of them.
Oh, they got a couple.
I saw their newest one is really good. I like
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, they're really good. And then we have the Book of Numbers. And then closing out, we have Weapon of Pride, and you definitely want to stick around for that. The whole show. Don't you dare leave. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's
And we'll have prizes and raffles going on all through the night in between each band. So, you get here, you're one of the first 100 to get here, you'll get a little skull bag with some goodies in it, the raffle ticket.
Spider Monkey.
And then if you get here after that and you don't get your raffle ticket, we'll have some for sale. So you'll have your opportunity to win something.
So
We have
Mr.
lots-
Hendershot says, call the Drink Mind Eraser. It's already out there, Dave.
Mind Eraser?
Yeah.
We need a drink that's
You only need
not
one. It'll fuck your mind, huh?
Yeah, we're just looking forward to doing this show. We're looking forward to coming out and showing, the local scene, who we are, what we're all about. I've been here a long time, and this is the best project I've ever been a part of, so, I'm looking forward to sharing it with everybody. So, come on down. Let's have a good time. Let's fucking kick ass.
Yeah.
buddy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I'll kill that fly.
I know. I'm like.
I'll get him. I'll eat him.
Where's that monkey?
Damn monkey.
You're like, adios, motherfucker.
Well, That's a
So-
lot, yeah. Anything else you guys want to add?
Dennis has a lot.
We can tell. He lets his bass do his talking for him.
He's got a skull on his shirt. Look at that. He came.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, he came to rep.
I brought here. Bobby Phillips gave me those, so I had to wear them.
Oh, and we'll have these cool, rockin' free.
Some rockin' free swag.
Yep.
Rockin' free swag.
Skullfest. Everyone will get one. Everyone that comes. Well, first 100 for sure.
Yeah, first 100. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So Hendershot, come on, get on a plane. Just don't make it Southwest.
Oh no, I heard you. I think it's United or someone else was doing the same thing. So who knows? Just drive.
Make it here by then.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I think
Yeah.
we're
Call it a wrap?
Beer
done
30?
here.
Well, for somebody.
Yes, sir.
Not
Beer-
for me.
beer 20?
Beer 20. Or is that 420?
Yeah.
Whatever it takes, huh? Well then.
All right. Then.
Till when? Skullfest?
Skullfest.
October 29th.
October
Skullfest.
29th.
Yes.
Be there.
Be